So this question is from 4 on the angled projectile problems. So what you'll want to do is, first of all, take a look at what that velocity would be to make that vertical jump. So you're going to start off, I'm going to go ahead and draw this little sketch. So it says we have an initial x velocity, which isn't going to change, of 5.40 meters per every second. And then we need to have some kind of vertical jump there. I'm going to call it h is going to be 0.750 meters. So we're going to separate this out into the horizontal and then the vertical. And so in that horizontal direction, of course, we know our initial x velocity, 5.40 meters per every second. And then, vertical is going to be, we want our starting point, so I'm going to say y naught is equal to 0, and then my y is going to be equal to h, so that will be the ending height there. And you want to, we don't know our initial y velocity, so I might put a little question mark there, but we know the ending y velocity, at the top is going to be 0. So that would be that maximum height there. So we can do a couple of different things. I would probably use that second equation since we know that displacement. Oh, and we forgot our acceleration there in the y direction. It's going to be gravity. So I'm going to use, the third equation. So we're going to use vy squared is equal to v naught y squared plus 2g y minus y naught. And so as I've defined it, this becomes 0. So does my top y velocity right here. So I'm trying to find this. So y naught squared is equal to, I'm going to put 2 times 9.8 meters per every second, just because that's the calculation that this particular book used. And then my h, is going to be that 0.75 meters, 0.750 meters. And so once you calculate that, let's see, I plugged that into my calculator, and I got an initial y velocity. And I should point out that this would be a negative on this side, but then that 9.8 would be negative, so they kind of cancel out. So my initial y velocity, of course, is going to have to be upward. I got 3.83 meters for every second, just using 3 figs. So now once you have that one's part A, trying to figure out that minimum y velocity there. Now for part B, scroll this up here. For part B, what we need to do is we need to figure out how far away he should start that jump. And so again, with that maximum height of 0.75, that's going to be our vertical displacement. The key to link horizontal and vertical is, of course, that time of flight, or the time. So I'm going to have to use one of the equations in order to find the time that they're in there. Now we could use that second one, but we're going to end up with kind of an ugly quadratic. So I am going to use the very first one because we do know that that Vy at the top is going to be 0. So times G times T. And so here y at the top is going to be 0 with that initial y velocity of 3.83 meters for every second. Technically, it would be negative if we moved over to the other side, but then G would be negative, so we'll just let that be there. Squared times time. So time, I got, when I calculated it, 0.39 seconds. So that tells us how long our object, or our basketball player, is going to be in the air before he comes to a stop at the very top of his jump. In order to figure out how far he needs to start that jump, we need to look at the horizontal direction. So I'm going to use my wonderful horizontal direction equation, and we know that there's no acceleration in that horizontal direction, so we've got 5.40 meters for every second for my horizontal times the time, which is 0.39 seconds, and that's going to be equal to my where that person needs to start. So And let's see, when I calculate that, I got 2.11 meters. So that would be my horizontal displacement. Hope that helps.